Hello everyone, and welcome into yet another live stream. So, yeah, it's an Unreal Engine stream, which is quite festive actually. Okay. The audio's working, everything's fine. So here's the thing. I know you can see everything. Give it a second, right? Just give it a second. Soon you will. I just have to prepare. There we go. So here's the thing. I did the poll, actually. I did a poll with 3 different options. Medicine from LibraText, oxygen not included, or the last one, which is Unreal Engine. And for some reason, people chose the Unreal Engine. I don't really know why, but I'm nothing if not a clown, so when people tell me to do something, I do it. Here we go. Here's the thing. Here is the thing, the pickle, the give me a second. I'm just trying to launch the Unreal Engine, but it's having issues. I have to allow it access to. Oh, and there we go. The rootkit is already on my PC. Great. Initializing. I already installed you. That's why I started the stream. Here's the thing. There we go. Game making is not hard. I've never made a game in my life, but I know how it works because I actually foolishly started learning programming with game making, only to realize that no programming is required in order to make games. In order to make game making is more of an art than a science. It's more about doing things that look pretty or are pretty, not for the eyes but for the feels. Now why these? Are they trying to compete with Blender? Actually, because these 3 are a direct competition to Blender. Simulation, kind of. Blender's not really going for simulation. People use Maya for simulation. No games, obviously. Oh, we can already get a thing like this. Hello there. Hi there, Ali. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. I did a poll, and there were 2 other options. One of them was medicine with LibraText, and one of them was oxygen not included. But people chose this for some reason, so that's what I do. All right. I'm sorry. I'm obviously really excited for it. Let me just switch the place for it. I already prepared a different folder, which is New Era and Gaming. It's pretty funny, actually, because I use the term gaming to mean great, but this time it's actual gaming. Project name. In the past, I used to call them Malolans, but I think this time it's just the gaming game. I feel like that's quite descriptive. Cannot contain a space. Can it contain this? That's good enough. Create. Yeah, there is already a. What's it called? We have already 4 people watching. Is it really a good idea? Like, is that clickbaity or something? I mean, I guess it is. There we go. Wow, that was the Unreal Engine just changed a bit since the last time I used anything like that. I've been. Oh yeah, I'll have to get used to that. In Blender, it's completely different. Well, not completely different, but basically, if I click right, then it pivots on the point which is right in the camera, and in Blender, it pivots around the point which camera is facing. Ooh, that is actually. Love and simple. Let the will of the people make this. You are the people. How many votes was that? There were 4 votes. You are 1/4 of the people. Listen, your vote counts in this case very much. Yeah, it already starts with peasants. So yeah, as I mentioned in the beginning, video game making is not really a science, it's more of an art, because it, first of all, doesn't even require programming. These days, I could do it with C++, I could do it with C++, but that's ridiculous. No one does things in Unreal Engine with C++. Instead, they do it with nodes because it's simple, because it's easy, it's convenient. I don't blame them actually, because the nodes are a very good way to represent logic. That's why we also will do things with nodes. For today, all I wanted to do is set up, well, I suppose the basic. First of all, I should get familiar. I'm guessing that this is where we have the blueprints. Oh boy. Well, video game making is all about knowledge, so we'll have to get familiar. Call me crazy, but I'm guessing that this map is in the folder maps. All of our inputs are in the folder input. That would be my crazy guess. This looks like tanks going pew pew at each other. Oh, there's one more thing that's convenient. You see, I work a lot with 3D, obviously. I mean, have you seen my videos? And because of that, I actually do have a lot of things ready for this. For example, we won't use the default person for this default character for the first person shooter. Oh, it's a bit crazy. Instead, I'll use this. This is a bot which you may remember from one of my videos in which I had the example with throwing. I think it was the Humanity's Last Invention. That's where I used this. And also in the Humanity's Last Invention, I also used a different model, which would also be convenient for this, which will be in gaming, sources, character, and character. That's the other model, which you may remember. It's the 3D Make It, beloved by Elliot. Elliot's beloved 3D Make It with a different shader for the mask. A bit different. I could switch it but I feel like I like this because there's no details on the mask with this, even though there are. As you can see, there's the bump, but it doesn't interact because I switched it up. Alright, great. And basically for today's live stream, what I would really like to do, realistic. Oh, it went the wrong way. It was joined. It was joined the wrong way. Well, I mean, I could just... Bone? I don't remember. I'm guessing it was bone. No active bone. Well, festive. Then. Edit mode, if I may. With this. I know my way around Blender, so I'm guessing Unreal Engine shouldn't be that much harder. That is a pure guess, though. Okay, that worked. Festive. And now, if I'm not mistaken... Wow, I can move the head! What kind of dark magic is this? To be fair, it's... It doesn't move like it's supposed to, but yeah, it's fine. For now, it'll do. Alright. Today's task is get familiar with this thing, this right here, this thing in front of us, which... I'm not good with learning new things. That's why I have to learn new things to get good with learning new things. Pretty simple. So far, let's first set up a goal for ourselves. Something to change in order to understand the system. Because right now, if we start playing, we can... Actually, the game is ready. I don't know how about you. I think it's ready. This is actually an impressive start. They just provide it for you for free. That's ridiculous. That is really ridiculous. Wait a second, can I really just switch the first person? First person arms, okay. Let's start with something with which I may be familiar. Switching first person arms. Main character arms. This stream will not be exciting. It's a warning. That's what you get when you let people decide. You get what people want, cringe. We live in a democracy. Make its channel is a democracy. Yeah, that looks good, don't you think? Maybe. There we go, we've got arms. Obviously I didn't make any of these models. That would be ridiculous, I'm not talented. These are from... Well, one of them is from Production Crate, the other one is from the internet. The internet has a lot of free stuff. You'd be surprised. Right, let's get rid of some more because otherwise they can just complicate things a lot. This right here. Perfection. Do we need to get rid of any more? We do. This far, I think it would be nice to keep one for movement. And now this is a really well made model, honestly. Did this bone just appear? Am I crazy? It does nothing, so might as well delete that. This is a really well made model, and because of that, as you can see, it's just very nicely following everything, and everything looks right. We even have the thingies. Alright. Export as an FBX, because I'm pretty certain games like FBXs hide the data. Well, you haven't seen it yet. Oh, it's cool. That's kind of expectation. You are getting the expectations a bit too high. So what do we need? Empty camera lamp. We only have the mesh, which, as I'm guessing, what we need. Then geometry. I'm pretty certain. Yeah, it's fine. Armature. Add leaf bones. No. Bake animation. Oh yeah, we can add an animation. That's right. So let's animate this sucker. We'll animate it for 20 frames. There we go. And just a simple, I would say, running animation, maybe. How do you make a simple running animation? Well, get the hands like this. They can't be perfect. Yeah, I should just do it without trying to get it perfect, because then we'll have some issues. Although bots usually do have perfect movements. Alright, I'm overthinking this. I'll delete it anyway in a while, because this is just a test. These should always be curved forward. And now it's time for my secret weapon. My secret weapon should look like this. File, no, add, and over here we should have reference. There we go. Whenever you are animating, I wouldn't recommend animating from your head, because it's really difficult actually. Instead, I always use these. They're handy, which is funny because we're working with hands. Arms, technically. Oh well. This pun still counts. So, we don't have legs, or the torso, or any other part. I don't know. We're not doing a medicine stream, so I don't know any other parts. But, yeah. Which means we only have arms, which means it should be easier. Spasty a bit. And we do have 8. I've really seen only 6 of those. Well, it'd be better than. We'll have to align them to torso, which is non-existent. That's what will make it a bit difficult. But there we go. We have 8, which if you divide 8 by 20, you get, let's do it simple, 16. 16 frames. And we'll have to make these bigger, because they are bigger. And now just simply animate. Now we'll have to make this smaller, because it's actually smaller. Overshadowed a bit. And this seems fine. Perfection. The thumb will annoy me, I already know that. This thumb will be so annoying later on. There we go. I shouldn't really animate everything, I should only animate these. These are ones that will actually do some work. Now 2 frames further, and we get these back, like so. I'll be putting off doing anything in Unreal Engine for as long as I can. I know, Blender. I'm scared of things. I'm scared of trying new things. Alright, 5. There we go. I'm so far out of my comfort zone. Because game making programs are always so weird to use. Have so many different things. I mean, they obviously have to be weird to use because that's just how abstraction works when you're abstracting. Not in compilation this time. I'm getting too technical, aren't I? Yeah. This. I like Godot. Godot was fun. The only issue is that Godot, in comparison to Unreal Engine, is really weak. It's a great engine, but well, Unreal Engine is just straight up grand, so... I messed up on that, yeah. You have to go like this. Unreal Engine is just Unreal. So even though Godot is great, Unreal is better than great. I mean, have you seen some of the things from Unreal Engine? It's insanity. Look, they look like Blender renders, but they are in real time. It's ridiculous. Alright, there we go. I'm guessing that spaces in between all of these shouldn't be constant. And because of that, we'll have to change them up until they fit. But there we go. You go back, you go forward, like so. I'm curious to see how making a running illustration would work. For some reason, I thought make new image for the frame. Yeah, well, I'm at the beginning before I started animating. I actually genuinely thought that normally for animations you did have to do every single frame separately. But then there's by the way, I'm still doing it wrong. Normally the way I should do it is, let me actually show you some YouTube tutorials for this probably. Oh, look at that, make it streaming. That's weird. Inverse kinematics Blender. That's how you're supposed to do it actually. Because this makes the entire animating process way easier.
So you have to do this. Don't worry. Kind of just
And you can see that you can just move a bone, and it kind of logically moves the rest of the bones, kind of like in human body, kind of like in real life, which is convenient because then, you know, it's really it's really similar. It's really intuitive basically, because in real life when you're moving your leg, you're obviously not thinking about how you should move every single muscle. Every single thigh muscle, whatever. No, you're probably moving just your leg up instinctively, and here's the same thing. If you're moving your leg up, then you're just moving this bone up, and you can do it with inverse kinematics. But that would take me 20 minutes or 10 minutes, which isn't really worth doing for this test. For this test, I just want to get a simple animation. Oh, I'll have to do it on both sides. Wait, is it already on both sides? This is forward and this is back. Like joints, yes. Well, even yes. Yeah. That's actually, I know I good. Well, I know I was thinking about this with someone. Yes. This back, this up, this like so. And perfection. Now all we have to do is just repeat this. For the second side, so it means we need 32, I'm guessing. Alright. Bring them here. That's the same, which means we're going with 2 and we are going with 30. Alright. This. probably be fighting with Unreal to load it in. Fortunately, this setup project actually will help me, because I won't have to create everything from scratch. I'll be able to just deduce where everything is, because everything is named correctly, which is so unrealistic in my case. I never name stuff correctly. I always just get confused. It's easier. Alright. For now, let's see if I haven't messed up any arms yet, because normally this is around the time when I do mess up arms. And they switch sides incredibly quickly. No, so far it seems fine. Yeah, I'd say. 28, actually. I was wrong. And there we go. This animation will be horrible, don't get me wrong. We'll see, it looks nothing like my beautiful running animation from Humanity's Last Invention. Ah, I messed up. This has to go like this. It will be objectively worse. That's because I won't correct anything, as I said. I just want to see how to import animation and to get familiar with the Unreal Engine system. Well, this one's behind, I'm guessing. There we go. The true reason for why I'm making this, actually, because it's obvious, I want to make a game for quite a while. Simple thing, obviously, nothing crazy. I'm not great at making games. Mostly due to the fact that I've never made one. That's pretty obvious. But main reason for why I want to make this is actually the song. Oh, why is it snapping? It's obviously I messed up the arms. Okay. That's where I messed up the arms. Always happens. Absolutely always. Right here is where I messed them up. 7, 6, 5, 4. We're on 4. Alright, 5. Always mess them up. This one's going forward. There we go. And once again, it's messed up. So this goes back, and correct one, yes, this goes forward. And now just switch them. Great, now just speed it up. Doesn't seem quite as lively. And yeah, it's clear that the spaces in between them should not be constant, but what do I care? As I said, just trying to delete this first, just trying to see how the file system mostly. FBX, bake animation, fine. No, these are not required. Amplify modifier seems reasonable. Scale 1, well, guessing scale would be correct with 1. Make animation export, yeah, character, yes. Festive. You have 5 people watching. Where was that on the Oxygen Non Included streams? That was a good one. Alright. So, if this is logical, which I'm guessing it is, first person arms would contain first person arms, then character and mesh. This is great because that means I should just be able to import this. Okay. Didn't crash. Has to be good, right? Import animations. Yes. Exported time, animated range, set range. Exported time, I'm guessing. Search location local. There are no materials, so that will be fine. Advanced, no. I refuse. Sketch, translation, advanced, nope. Why is there nothing? Why is there nothing there? That can be a good sign, right? Input all. Failed to merge bonds. Examine if significant hierarchical changes have been made. Inserting bonds between nodes. Regenerate skeleton from this mesh. Yes. Merge. All bones are merged. Yes. And still failed. Great. Oh, wait. It didn't? Pardon my confusion, but did it fail? That certainly looks like our thing. We have the animation tool, which we can drop into the car. Wait. Of materials, textures, animations are in a separate thing. Great. Fantastic. Mesh. Now, all we have to do is, well, everything. That's the issue. So, third person arms character. Blueprints aren't here. Great. Blueprints, if I'm not mistaken, are kind of logic and the rest. Well, everything connected. That's what a blueprint is. If I do remember correctly. So, this would be festive. First person blueprints. Can I just open them? Yes, I can. That's great. Festive. So, okay, so that's why I did mention that I do like nodes. Well, I don't hate them. They are very logical and they are easy to read. Because when event begin play, get controller, cast, yeah, you can just read this. It makes sense. Great. Yep, this is mouse movement thing. Movement control. Simple movement, jump. Well, yeah, there's no complex logic here. Grunt. First person game mode, which that's not a blueprint. Pickup rifle. That's a blueprint. And once again, so when it begins, if the first person character in this case is the best solution, as we need direct reference to the pawn. Refer the communication documentation for more information. Yeah, I have no idea who reads documentation for these things. Imagine reading that, nerd. Start moving like an NPC to visualize my own body movements. I've been doing that for those running animations actually, and I have, well, I don't think I have them anymore, but I did make a couple of clips of just me running back and forth. I look like an insane person. Because I just walked out of my office and just started walking forward with only goal in mind to just kind of decode my walking information And I was indeed walking like an NPC through the street. It was, I'm pretty certain I spoke a couple of people. Alright. Add BP logic input for the weapon. Okay, so this actually changes character. Weapon components. Oh boy. Yeah, there's a lot of things to learn. But it's fine. We have person, projectile, and rifle pickup. So far, don't make sense. Actions. Can I just open them? Obviously, it's one of these. Okay. So we have. So here's what we have. We have blueprints, which is logic. We have this, which is all the data. And then we have the rest, which are graphical stuff. Or audio stuff, or others. So we have media, data, and code. Alright. Well, codeless code, but still. It just sounds funny, codeless code. Okay. So far makes sense. Let's add something. Maybe before we add the animation, I should do the logic things, because that seems quite logical. Yeah, I will be doing it only because of the pun. So, let's add some logic. What could be fun for a character? How about running? I don't see running. I don't see running indeed. Movement input. Action X value, action Y value. So, if I am not mistaken, here's what we should do. If I am mistaken, then here's what we're doing anyway. First, content. Yes, indeed. First person, but we care about blueprints. Input, and we have actions. I'm guessing that these actions are what's responsible. Multiple emitters. Okay, so just oh my goodness, what's it called? My brain. I don't even got a brain freeze. What's it called? What are those little suckers called? What are they called? Add whatever plane. Particles. My goodness gracious me. Okay. I'm on my third cup of coffee. If that won't help, then I know what will. Okay, great. So I'm guessing if we have jump, look, move, shoot, I'm guessing we should add another one. Can I just copy this and paste? I can! Oh, lovely! I don't have to worry about where they are. It's horrible for the future, but good enough for now. Input asset? I have no idea what. It's IA. It's like AI. It's a dumb cousin of AI. Run, right? Run. Yeah, seems quite logical. Now, it will be value, there's the bolt, triggers. The trigger will be pressed. No. Consume input, input description. Descriptor. Oh boy, you have a lot of things, don't you? Triggers one array element. So there is something here. It's pressed. Held. Hold. Once input has remained actuated for hold time threshold seconds. Okay. I'm guessing hold. Guess. That was my guess. Oh, well, all these names are unnecessarily complicated, obviously. I am also guessing that digital bool. Alright, let's check this for now. It's pressed. It doesn't say what though. Oh, kind of gets me. So it's interesting. Doesn't say what in here. Does it mean that it has to be specified in the blueprint? Let's see, jumping. Where is jumping? Movement input. Forward, backward, left, right. Jump. Yes. Triggered. No, that's already the action. Which means the action, we're looking for something which would tell us, because the program must know that jumping, that space means jumping, right? This is responsible for the input, which means this somewhere has to have, this somewhere has the data responsible for saying, unless it's not there, unless it's in, unless it's someplace else, then I'm kind of screwed, aren't I? Alright then. Unreal Engine, add an EA Sports. Artificial intelligence. No, the letters are backwards. Importing assets. Well, that's... Yeah, the letters are correct, but I don't think that's what it is. Unreal Engine, add an input. Fine. Movement input, yeah. Setting up inputs, but why is an input? Why would an input have an A then? Project settings, bindings. There we go. That explains it. If I knew where the project settings, where are the project settings then? New game, blank blueprint setting input. Edit project setting input bindings. Edit. Project settings. All right, mystery solved. Game, and over here input. Lovely. Now that's not that big of a help, won't lie. Virtual keyword. No, that doesn't seem correct. I refuse, alright, I refuse to use a tutorial for this, and I can accidentally close down my Firefox. Unreal Engine adds a movement input. I refuse to be defeated by an engine. WTF is add movement input in Unreal Engine. That's not grammatically correct, is it? Alright. That was a node. That's unhelpful, won't lie. Unhelpful completely. Character rotation. Oh wait, do we, by the way, I'm just curious, do we have to do the whole trigonometry thing when it comes to rotation? Or is the engine camera input? Oh come on, that's too easy! That's doing all the trigonometry for us. Ridiculous. Can you imagine using computers in order to make our lives easier? Setting up character movement. Looks fine. Let's see. Implementation guide. Yeah, character setup. Yup. Words. A lot of words. Yup. Location, rotation, transform. No, I'm looking for... No, this is already been done for me. That's the issue. Wait, isn't that the old Unreal Engine? 426. Yeah, it is. 5.2. It's a useful trick. You can just edit these, edit links if you want. It's easier to find things. I could have just also pressed this, but that's too much work. Alright, that's in the basics. Oh, I'll have to read. Oh, but I'm not a nerd. Fine. Terminology. My goodness gracious. Browser customizing, project templates, project setting. Alright, terminology. Let's go for it. I should play some music then, right? I'm guessing. If we're doing actual learning, then music will be included. No, that's too loud. It's way too loud. There we go. Hi Elliot! Thank you for passing by, and good luck. 75 pages of maths. Well, good luck then. What topic, if I may just ask, if you'd have time to answer? This is welfare. No, it's still too loud, isn't it? There we go. Normally it would be louder, but this song has lyrics, so has to be quiet. So, Blueprint. Blueprint Visual Scripting is a system in a complete gameplay scripting system. Uses it's to prepare for the coming year. Oh, so general math. Yeah, so a bit of everything. Okay. Well, good luck then. I'll be with you in my soul. Blueprint visual scripting, so yep, it's basically the coding without coding. Objects are the most basic class in the Unreal Engine, otherwise they act like building blocks containing a lot of essential functionality for your assets. Almost everything in the Unreal Engine inherits or gets some functionality from an object. C++, you object, yeah, I'm not doing C++. Class defines behavior properties of actor or object in Unreal Engine. Class is a hierarchical, meaning a class inherits information from its parent class. There's class B, yep. Okay. Actor is any object can be placed into a level such as camera, static mesh, or player start location. Actors support 3D transformations such as translation, rotation, and scaling. They can be created, spawned, and destroyed through gameplay code. C++ or blueprints. Okay, casting. Yeah, I won't really get any of those unless I do them. Only media, audio. This will be useful though. Virtual world design, virtual rendering. No, I'm looking for inputs. If I may, playing and simulating, templates, foundation knowledge, styling, content browser. And if you aren't satisfied, get your next one for free. Levels that would be useful. Access and geometry. Where's inputs? Input. If you press enter, it disappears. What? I don't. Action mappings. Okay. That sounds interesting. Action mappings. Okay. That sounds like something. Still guessing project settings. Give me a second.
Doctor, I think I'm addicted to petting zoos.
Oh? What are your symptoms?
Well, I've been feeling a little hoarse for weeks.
Private healthcare! The way it's meant to be. There's a method to the madness aimed at every malady. We're the best you could afford, and the Yelp scores agree. We've got the best shade of grey morality. Medical practices.
Alright, so. Looks like something. Keyboard. Wait a second, that really looks like something. Index 0. Why is it empty? Why would it be empty? It's currently writable. Action mappings are deprecated. Enhanced input actions and input mapping context instead. I am so glad that it's... Okay. This leads me to believe that the information about this should be in here, but it's not. Or is it? Has to be. Has to be here. Be ridiculous if it's not. Other element. No, it's... No. Don't. I changed my mind. Delete. I have changed my mind. Pressed. But what is pressed? You can just say pressed. In general. You can just say pressed. Well, saying what you are pressing. I feel like that's a bit of important information. Should not be forgotten. Impose, rev, or mappings. Oh boy. Okay, so over here we have jumping, right? So when this action is triggered, then jump. Makes sense. When it's completed, stop jumping. Makes sense. But then this is the input which says when you should jump, right? That's pretty obvious. And this input tells us that it's a boolean, yes, because it's either yes or no. Either do jump or don't jump, and it activates when it's pressed. What is pressed? It should say spacebar or space or something, because if we load in the game, then I can jump after I press the spacebar, which, well, it makes sense. But at the same time it doesn't, because why would it say space? How's a star? Don't lead me to believe that's not resaved. or anything. Move. To the vector input settings. Once again, does not say a single thing. Not cool, really uncool, I might even add. Unreal Engine 5 add a movement input. Setting up character movement. Yep, seems like the thing I'm looking for. So here's what we do. We character, I'm looking for just for the movement, not the graphical funky stuff. Spring arm comp, details panel, and in camera settings use pawn control rotation. Yeah, so basically we are saying that camera should follow the thing. Okay. Character movement can crouch. Edit project setting input. Binding category. Okay, edit project setting. And to input. Okay. Input's right here. Bindings. Are empty. Okay, great. So, what? Add the following: jump, spacebar, crouch, left control, sprint, left shift. Okay, why aren't they here then? I'm just really weirded out because they should be here. Okay, let's add a shift. So, like, run. Shift. Left shift, yes. Like I say, it has to be shift with shift, that would be funny, but no. Shift, yes. Now, we have this. So I'm guessing that others were made with enhanced input actions or input mapping context. Open documentation, oh, that's convenient. But that just opens general thing, setting up inputs. Enhanced input. I don't like the name of that. Enhanced input assets. Input, yep. Digital bool. Yeah, that looks like what we have. Enhanced input action. Wait, what? Enhanced input system in the project's code. Input actions are equivalent to action access mapping. Input actions can be several. Bool action for input have an on-off state. Yes. But how do you determine what is triggered? I mean, you know, which input should you react to? If you add an input list, action list number, you can right click. Input mapping context. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Festive input mapping context. Okay. That's the way we do it then. What we do is we go here. Context drawer, yes. And somewhere we should have default. Festive. Mappings, if I open this, there's everything we need inside. So now we can add another one, which will be rename something. Oh, there we go. Run is the run one, which will be the shift, left shift. Great. We have liftoff. It's a new system. Understood then. All right, and it is triggered. Well, I guess everything should be simple then. Let's have a look at the rest. For example, jump. Jump is the best thing for this. Yeah, we won't have alternatives. We don't need them for now. It should be kind of exactly the same, I'm guessing. Yeah. Alright, great. So now, if we open up run, there we go. It's a hold. Great. Great, great, great. Fantastic. Now, BP first person character. Here's what we can do. We can now edit this by... run. Will it work? It will. Wonderful. We have running, and then on shift control change the event movement input. Let's edit this a bit. Because forward backwards, exactly. And basically return value what direction? Math. Math, is there math node? Add math expression. The vector math, vector set, vector right, vector radius, vector up, vector 0, vector math, no, blender. I'm doing blender style, aren't I? Yeah. So what we would need is Unreal Engine math nodes. That's what I need. That's all I need. Math expression nodes, yes. Blender style, indeed. Add math expression and then... You are not real! That is fantastic! Oh, I love it! Oh, I love it so much! Math. Yes! Yes, absolutely. Oh, yes! Wait, x plus y? Did I read that correctly? Yeah! Oh. That's fantastic! To be fair, this should be vector math. That's what it should be, vector math. I'm guessing vector, well, vector is like combined vector or, you know. Break vector. Okay, so break vector 3D. Oh, 3F? Yeah, good enough. And then combine vector. Vector 3F. Break vector 3F. No, opposite of break. How do you combine them? Make vector. Makes vector XYZ from an input. Yes. Okay, great. It's a very dumb way to do it, I won't lie. It is silly. It is very silly. But it will work, so who am I to judge, am I right? There we go. And now... No, wait. I did the wrong thing. Oh, I could have just... triggered seconds. Would that mean that we are speeding up? I'm guessing that's what it means. Alright then. Do I have to, like, build it or something? I'm guessing. I mean, that would make sense. Add to the project, no. Current thing to disk. How do you build? How do you build the level? Unless you build the blueprints. That is saved, that is saved, that is saved. Now? So here's what we can also do. We can also just connect this straight to it. And now if I saved, we would know that this won't work because W shouldn't work and Shift should, but it's not working, which means we have to somehow build the project. Unreal Engine build. I don't know. Building the no, that's that's not what we're looking for. Unreal Engine 5. build the project. I'm guessing. New project. How do you compile in game projects? Well, not final configuration, but no. It should be in a basic tutorial, right? Check settings, levels, playing and simulating. Yes, running, press shift if one to move cursor. Play mode, spy console. How do you bake it though? To build it into standalone. So this should actually work, but at the same time it shouldn't really work because this is clearly different. Over here we're not getting forward and backward. Which, well, would mean I shouldn't go forward. But the issue is that I can. I clearly can go forward. Save selected. How about now? Nope. Still a problem. This person character. Well, this is clearly edited, but that does nothing. So I don't know. Warning. Because exec pin is not connected. The connected value is not available. Standard read as default. Triggered. So I have to go for triggered? Wait. Was pruned because its exec pin is not connected. The connected value is not available and will instead be read as default. What now? It's exec. When what now? Can I break this link? Thank you. And break link to the run. Enhanced input action was pruned because its exec pin is not connected. Well, nothing like some good old debugging. Unreal Engine 5 was pruned because exec something something. Because its exec pin is not connected. Animation graphs don't use exec pins. I don't know, this is too specific. I'm even looking for more general explanation to that. Connecting nodes. Documentation sounds like a way to go. So hovering over command, yeah, that makes sense. Can convert. Okay, yeah, so it's smart. That's good. Looking for warning though. I'm guessing that's why. No. Helps with nothing. was pruned because its exec pin is not connected. I'm guessing that's the trigger, right? Yeah. The connected value is not available when selected as default. But this still doesn't help us, even if this is not a thing, right? This doesn't matter, because the point is we cannot really build this. Settings are refined if compile. Oh, I can still move though, but S is still moving us forward, which is interesting. Actually, everything is moving us forward. Oh, that makes sense, because this is still connected. Great, festive. So now, if we do this, compile, we move fine. If I press shift, nothing happens. I'm guessing that's because of the warning. Alright, but we're getting somewhere. No, wait, there's no warning because we connected the trigger thing. Which means that... Oh, we can open it. Oh, also this is like a... That's convenient. Why... Where am I? Just... Where am I? Content drawer. Blueprints. Person character. Festive. So, if this won't be... I'm guessing this elapsed seconds. That's useless. That's what I'm guessing. So... How about the break to run and instead do... Is there conditional? Just straight up conditional. So if branch. Lovely. I love it. If this condition boolean, not quite what we are going for. It's basically what we are going for is kinda. It's no. It's basically if this, then if true, then perform a math operation. If not true, then don't. That's what I'm looking for. Alright. First of all, for this run, we'll have to change it a bit, because we are getting a boolean, and what I want is a float. Yes. And for that we need to move over here, which... Well, we can't really take it from jump, we have to take it from move, which is a bit different, but still it's similar. Modifiers. Swizzle input axis. English! That's what A is negate. No, S is also... Okay. Boy, that is more complex than it has to be. I was looking more for something like, I don't know, check if it's pressed and give us a value. But no, that's not what's happening here. I'm also confused with one thing, because both this and this is a boolean, but this is a boolean which triggers something, and this is a boolean which doesn't. This just seems like a weaker boolean. Okay, so here's the thing. We want action value. And now, that broke. Because we didn't get the triggered in. Because we want to get triggered into something, and that something could be this. Can it? Should it? I don't think it should. I don't think it should be. If it's pressed... I don't think that's a good way to do it, honestly. Because right now if I press shift, oh, nothing happens actually. And I can move normal. And shift changes nothing. That's not a good sign. Unreal Engine 5 perform mathematical operation on trigger. Maybe there is something like that. You're just going over some basic math operations, aren't you? This is like Blender. I will have to figure out how to sprint shift. One more processing trick. Well, look at how I should do it honestly. Compile will break because of this warning. So the way I'm trying to do it is with run. Okay, move. This is a vector, so it doesn't have any triggers. That's one trick. No, there are triggers. I don't. How about now? No, it still breaks. Because we have to move this through something. Apparently. Move it right like this. No, it still shouldn't work. Okay. So if I press shift right now, then I start moving forward, which makes sense. Alright, it does make sense. But now if I press S, I don't move any quicker. Which... No, not really. No, I don't know. Break this link. First of all, I should be able to just change it to 10, right? And we would just... Oh no, that's the issue. That's why we're not moving faster. Okay! Scale value. Reverse the direction. Why isn't it working then? It should be 10 faster. Maybe I didn't crank it up enough. 10,000. Well, this should be quick. No, it's not. That's weird. That is really weird, actually. Okay. You mean if we add 100,000 to it, it doesn't change? It's not changing. I really don't get how this works. Wait, so if I break this link 100, no, doesn't matter. Still the same speed. But just in case I'm just enough. Still the same speed. Oh boy, festive. Is scale value doing a single thing? Unlock input. 5 applies half the normal value, but the value of 100,000 applies still 1. That should mean practically no movement. It does. Just can't go higher than 1? It can go only lower than 1? Why? Why can't... Wait, so 2 won't do a single thing then? So moving... Oh. Just in case I didn't. Still the same speed. What? So am I supposed to... Why? First of all, why is this even connected then? I mean... Oh, because S right now doesn't work. Okay, so it's only directional. Now I understand. because now what I can do is I can take math, add math expression exactly, and I can just do it x times 10. That's the first one. Now I can do math expression, add math expression, and that would be over here. It would be x times y. And now what I can do is I can take this action value like so, and I can not connect these two because this is a vector and this is a float, which means what I have to do is I have to take this and I have to do the vector thing, which means break vector 3f like so, and then create vector, no, what was it, make vector like this, and we just have to get all of them through these x, y, and z. Is it a great way to do it? I'm pretty certain it's not, but that's the Blender way to do it. So now if we compile, the movement is normal, because when I press shift, shouldn't this do something? X times 10, that's a lot. I'm supposed to change it to like, what, can I just give it more juice? No, that won't work, definitely. That wasn't 10 times faster. What's interesting is that on the beginning I cannot really start moving until I press shift. I'm guessing the side effect of all of this going on. So this did nothing. Okay. Multiply. Can I just go straight for multiplication? Wildcat. Do I have to do it as a vector? I can do it straight to vector, that's neat. I can get rid of all these. Well, I still have to get the make vector right here. That'll be easier. Maybe it misunderstood the multiplication. I don't know. That's why I know how this works. Still the same speed. Should be 10 times faster. Well, it is not. Oh boy. 100 times faster, sorry. 1 0 from this active mod space. Can I just get a vector? 3f. Just a vector. No, I cannot. Values. No. So no value, right? I'm guessing not. A constant? I really don't get why this isn't working, honestly. Scale apply to input. Yep, this works only from 1 to -1. This is only direction. So how am I supposed to change movement? Sorry, this is the one that should be connected. Movement input. along the given wall direction vector, usually normalized, scaled by scale value. Scale value is smaller than 0, movement will be not this direction. Won't automatically apply movement. It's up to user to do so in tick event. Subclasses such as character and viewpoint automatically handle this input and move. Okay, add movement input. So the scale value should be responsible for everything, but it's not. This should move the thing, it's not. Why? Why is it not? Action value, flow double precision. Should be multiplying by 10. Maybe these math expressions cannot be really trusted. In which case I should just get addition, add, festive. And over here 100 or 1,000, why not? Does the scale oh yeah, I did prove that scale doesn't matter. What happens if I enable force? Absolutely nothing. Alright. Add movement input then. Is it adding on the beginning? No, that would make no sense. Unreal Engine add movement input node. I'm curious. That's the same explanation as it. Along direction, normalized scale value is small 0, but in the opposite direction. Base pawn won't automatically apply movements after user do it in stick event, targets a pawn. But okay, how? Scale value is the one that I don't get the most, honestly. I'm curious how you're handling. Well, this is the wrong Unreal Engine actually. Alright, festive. So the scale value. So there isn't really a way to increase this movement then, I suppose. Because from what I've seen, unless I always add the input, ignoring the results of target, well, I mean, I really don't get it. Add movement input. Maybe there's a different thing for movement modification. Movement. Stop movement immediately. Move updated. I'm actually genuinely curious right now. I am so genuinely curious. Let me. You know what? Let's check it. YouTube. Unreal Engine 5 running. Run and stamina, just running. Sprint tutorial, yes. 2 years ago, there is no engine, but still, let's see. Start, you're adding start sprint. Yes, in a way like that's how it did it. That's max walk speed. There is just ha 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 ha. Walk speed. Oh no, there is no walk speed. It's walking. That's a nice event though. I like that event. It could allow you to do some sweet things, but Set walk slope, physics, character movement. Get walkable floor is walking. Set walkable angle, walkable floor Z. There is no walk speed. Maybe I should just look for speed. Get max speed is exceeding speed. Get set. How about set? Set. What can we set? Nice of that voice mic. Nope. Character. This is mainstream. This is so confusing. So you just have movement input, which gets this forward direction and scales it with the scale value, except it only works on scale value which is greater than -1 and smaller than 1. Greater or equal to -1 and smaller or equal to 1. So in order to increase this movement, in order to make it faster, I have no idea actually. I have absolutely no clue what to do. So that's great. Okay, so let's look it up again. Unreal Engine 5 in running or sprinting or whatever. Running system, running stamina. Stamina is that's too much for that. I'm just curious how to change. But is it 5? It's 1 year ago. Unreal Engine 5. It is great. How are you changing the set max walk? Just wait a second. This node. Nope, it's non-existent. Why wouldn't the scale value, why couldn't you just set the scale value higher? That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. Alright, let's filter by date. 4 hours ago. Quick. Yeah, a lot of clickbait. A real lot of clickbait. Wow, really lot of clickbait. Running tutorial. That should clean up some of this clickbait. Great. What the heck was that? What was that message? That was absolutely no idea. So, upload date again. Realistic sprinting, yeah, don't really care that much. I'm just curious. I'm just curious to see what do you use to change speed of walking.
From a previous video, I will replace it with left alt so there is no overlap in input keys. Add the sprinting input. Alt sprint speed. Run started. Next we will set the max walk speed.
Set max walk speed. Am I going crazy? Set max walk speed. It is. It was just context sensitive. I will flip. Let me guess. Now if I do this, and now if I... It's disconnected already, festive. Error. It's not characterized moving command, therefore target must have a connection. So target has to be something else. That's the issue. Third person character. So using on the character blueprint, yeah. Using on self. Character movement. That's the issue. Character movement. Which is it a normal thing or get character movement? I'm guessing this should work. Yes. Okay, it's slowed down. Is it because it's somehow inverse or... Oh no, never mind. There we go! Now we're cruising. Festive. And I also glitched out the gun. Even better. Great! Runtime error. Great, we got an error, which is festive. But that is... Okay, so I'm finally getting hang of it. Baby steps, that's what it is. Baby steps. We will not have anything clean because that's ridiculous. Trigger it and completed, cancelled or completed. And over here we'll set to 1,000, I'm guessing. Wait, is the walk then like increasing it? Because then we could do it in a way so that the faster you are, which means we would need to get walk speed, get max walk speed, no, get walking speed from the character movement, I'm guessing, or target self, it might be target self, and basically an inverse, so we could do divide, and we could do this, divide by the walking speed, and that could give us the scale value, which would be fun, because the error self, okay, so that was the issue. We need to... no, we need... It's not character movement then. Character movement component object reference, so it can't be this. Add this character movement... Okay, get walking speed then. Unreal Engine get walking speed. What do you need? Getting player speed, yes. Get velocity. Oh, there's just get velocity. That sounds way more fun. Target self return value is a vector, to be fair, but vector. How would you go about combining 3 different values into a single? Well, that's crazy. I'm guessing if I had to do it, the way I would do it is first of all square root. Thank you, and now square. The way I would go about this is also, was it divide or was it vector 3f? Will it break? Yeah, I'll never remember that. Break vector 3f, just doesn't sound right. Now, the way I would do it is I would also get add twice, in case if you already know what I'm doing, then good for you. It's not the perfect way to do it, but it's geometrically kind of logical. Not really, but just go with it, it's fine. I'm guessing this. Now, to be fair, yeah, that should mean we should stop. And now I'm guessing we should also... Well, we should reduce this, probably. So, square root it like 3 times, maybe, to reduce it? It's not the worst idea I've had. It certainly ain't the greatest one, but ain't the worst one either. So just root it a couple of times to reduce the value a bit. This is actually festive because you have to you have to go sideways. And then you can go forward. Basic idea is the faster you go, the slower you should be allowed to go. The faster you go, the slower your speed should increase. That's the idea. Except if you go too fast, then no, wait, you won't get a negative value of this. That's true. You're just dividing by a very high number at some point. Might be a bit too high, so we might just have to divide it by. Might have to just first divide it by, I'm guessing 1,000, because actually that would be a lot. Because if 1,000 is the standard, then yeah. No, that still didn't help. The halt. Excuse me. Now we're just stopping. So maybe it doesn't work like I thought it would. I just thought that this was increasing, so like adding. I guess it's not. I guess it's not adding. Well, I'll be then. Is there a way to change acceleration though? Acceleration, get max acceleration. Why is there maximum acceleration? Do you have jack in this game? In this engine, I should say more. This game is not really a game. No, it's get. Oh, I meant set. Sorry. Oh, it's no. Still. Acceleration is like that's ridiculous. Set acceleration. Maximum acceleration. Is there jack in? Is there really jack in this engine? Jack? No. Why can't you set maximum acceleration? Unless that thing is changing acceleration. No, it still would make no sense. Set acceleration though does make sense. So character, no, this is floating for movement object reference. So is this really self or is it floating point movement object reference? I don't think it is. I'm not guessing really this. It is. Wow, that was crazy. So 1 maximum walking speed. So if we have, how will we do it? Well, when it comes to this forward vector, I'm guessing for geometry reasons, all of them should add up to 1, right? If you add all 3 of the vectors. No, that's idiotic. Wow, that is really idiotic what I just said. Because here's the thing. Fortunately, I do have paint open. Still like good old paint. Here's the thing. When it comes to this, right? If you have a vector, because that's the basic issue. Let's imagine a 2D player, right? We have a player in the middle, and if player is going to the right, perfectly to the right, then there is no issue. You just multiply the vector of y10, assuming x is first. I don't remember exactly vectors. Then you just multiply this by speed. So velocity. You just multiply it, and you get in what direction should the player move. The issue happens if we have player moving straight forward in a different direction, then it's once again the same thing, 0, 1 times the velocity. The problem happens when the player is not moving perfectly forward, only it's moving somewhere else, because then our vector kind of looks like this. Then we need some basic unit vector for this, which would mean, I don't know, let's say for this we would have 1, 1, which is kind of ridiculous. First of all, that's not what I drew here, but at the same time, it's also not the smartest idea, because if we do this and we multiply it by v, right, then we can see that over here we have a velocity basically of v, over here we have a velocity of v, and over here we have a velocity of, well, 1 plus 1 squared plus 1 squared gives us 2, square root of 2. We have square root of 2 times v, which gives us a higher velocity, which means that, and then it basically means that if you start the game, and then if you rotate 45 degrees in either way, then you will be going faster than if you just would go forward, which is ridiculous. That's quite ridiculous. So I'm guessing all of those squared together and added and square rooted should give us a 1, because that would draw a perfect circle. That's my guess to it. Why is that helpful? Well, it is helpful because then if we get current acceleration, get maximum acceleration, no, get current velocity, sorry. We don't need that, yeah. Get velocity. If we get velocity, right, which is a vector, then if we break this vector, I'm sorry, but there's one song that I have on my mind. I cannot get rid of it. I just have to play it. It's just still playing in my mind. I have to, you know, it's just an earworm basically. I don't think so. Uploaded it yet. All right. Now I can make games of this. So break vector 3f. We break it basically, and then what we do is we do square root and square add. There we go. Actually, this right here, this right here, this right here. Perfection. I just love it so much. Acceleration, perfect. But I did just prove that this should give us a 1, yes, but we are faster than that. And because of that, we are just setting it. And when should we set it? Well, we should set it whenever we hold W. I have no idea. We should set it just always. Whenever shift is triggered, whatever. It broke because target, I'm guessing. No. Error? Self is not a floating point movement, therefore target must have a connection. Set acceleration. Unreal Engine set acceleration. Unreal Engine 5. Set acceleration node. How do I change player's acceleration? Finger for forums. Add movement input. Boy. That's for cars and stuff. I'm guessing gears. Alright, so no. Substepping, acceleration. Yeah, there's acceleration. All right. Acceleration, acceleration vector of magnitude. Let's calculate it each. Oh yeah, this is the acceleration. Wait, why are we giving it a number? Actually, that's what I'm curious about. Giving it a number, and we're getting a number. They're of separate get node. Oh, you're getting the same number. Okay, that's good. But why are we getting a float number? Why are we giving it a float number? Shouldn't it be an acceleration in each direction? Huh. It's calculated each update based on the input vector and the concentration of acceleration in the current movement node. Character movement? No? What other movements are there? Get movement capabilities. Sounds like... Okay, I may be wrong, but that sounds a whole lot like what we are looking for. No. Damn it! Movement. Get character movement. No, it's still character movement. Floating pawn movement object reference. Movement object ref. Floating point. Floating pawn movement. Floating pawn movement. Reference? No. Maybe it's really for something else. I'm keeping this though, that's fun. But here we can get it for the... This is actually interesting. No, another shift, that's nothing, that's kind of obvious actually. What happens if we would actually remove the max walk speed? We could actually do it in a really simple way. We can just do it by multiplying. Or by squaring. It's even more ridiculous. If we just square it, then we should just get like an infinite movement speed on this, right? Infinite maximum movement speed, sorry. Oh, this is actually being exactly what I wanted, actually. So yeah, we are speeding up, but we are speeding up as long as... Oh, I really like this, actually. You can speed up forever. And we can slow it down a bit if we remove this square and instead replace it with an addition of 100. There we go. Now we can speed up forever. But if you slow down even for a second, you lose all of your momentum. So let's just change it to 10,000. So I'm not that ridiculous. Maybe multiply? I keep pressing Shift A because I keep forgetting it's not Blender. Multiply by 100. The square was working actually quite nicely. Do you really need to increase it this dramatically? With a square? I know, all I know is that with a square it was working really nicely. Oh wait, I had to press it twice. There we go. Oh, I like this so much. Okay, there we go. We got the basics out of the way. Now it's time for the not so basics. This broke. Now it's time for the not so basics. Well, still quite basics, but not so basics. They are basics, but not as basics as these basics. Here's what here's the idea. We have hands, right? because now it's time for not logic bit, and I like logic. I like logic very much. So not logic, that's uncomfortable. First person, but first person arms, and character, and mesh, and I'm guessing actually in blueprints there should be. That's a good question actually. Where is the information that the first person character should have hands or arms or whatever? And that's what breaking. I'm trying to get anim instance. Oh, it's because it can't play the animation. Okay, so I already broke it. Festive. Content drawer. I would like to first person arms. I mean, we should have arms, but we don't. Okay, these are already broken anyway. Force delete. I don't care. Still broken. Okay. Well, we'll have to do the graphical thing and so on then. Let's do some more logic, because that's fun. That's fun, and that doesn't require me to do all the annoying bits. I'll need easy stuff. So, what else would there be that would be fun? Let's play, let's find out. Well, I suppose jumping on edges. So basically if you're near the edge, actually if you're falling off the edge. Oh, this is permanent. It's not resetting actually. Wait, did I mess it up? I just realized. I did, I said non-completed. I'm such an idiot. This should be completely here. And this should be break. And this should be 1,000. Alright, and now let's try the adding, because these are very extreme. Pretty certain they're not required to. If I just do 100, 100 should be already plenty. It is. Okay, so let's do 10 instead. Because I think, yes, 10 is fine. There we go. I like speed, right? I like speed. So now what? Well, let's see what other fun stuff there is. Get. Transformation, no, don't care. Trigger, get trigger type. Element handle art. Bottom select object, normalize element list. Oh boy. There's a lot, to be fair. Thing. What else is there? Well, there's crouch, but crouching would mean what? Lowering your camera? Nothing interesting there. There will be climbing edges, but climbing edges would require more knowledge than I have. I guess what I should do is just end the stream, finish the walk which I have for today, and then come back tomorrow, and if people will still vote that they want an Unreal Engine, then actually start doing the game. Which means without the tutorial, well, with a tutorial, but without a ready project. Alright, well then that'll be it. Save selected. I'll vote twice. Character, and let me just delete this. That's a fun first try. Files not associated. Yeah, I just deleted them. No thanks. Alright. Well then. I suppose for now that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.